this moron comes out and makes all these different remarks, throws his saying he doesn't know why Bob Arum would say such things, and to make so many different remarks when he's such a walking oxymoron. It blows my
Yeah,
mind.
well, Dana has problems because, you know, now that Trump is out of office, how is he going to protect the UFC from the legislation which has to come? You know, we in boxing are governed by the Muhammad Ali Act that protects fighters. That doesn't apply to UFC. That's why he screws all his fighters. And while, you know, we we pay 80 to 90% of our revenue to the fighters, he pays 20%. So I
Exactly.
mean, he's got a racket going. So
Yeah,
he's not in a position to talk about anything.
exactly. But that's what he is. He's been a sleaze since I've met him, and he's always been a sleaze. So this is,
Yeah,
so this it doesn't surprise me one bit. But the thing is the hypocrisy. It's like, oh, he loves to point the finger, but if someone points it right back at him, it's like, oh, well, he has the number one fighter in the world. If I had that guy, I'm like, well, you had Conor McGregor. What is he
yeah,
doing for you now? Is he retires every year? So obviously you're not doing your job, Dana
yeah.
White.
That's right. Well, whatever. I don't pay
Exactly. So
attention to any of these Trump guys because you and I know they're all full of shit.
you know it. So let how can we? People don't understand when they kept throwing the thing at me with Terrence, and I said, well, I can't respond on it until I know exactly because I know you. I know there's no way in the world you would say something like that unless something happened. I said something had to happen that would definitely cross the
Well,
line.
Terrence is really a nice person. I've always liked him. I still like him. But the people around him are doing things that are not to his benefit. For example, you know, before this fight, uh, Coppinger, you read Coppinger's story in The Athletic. He interviewed him. And uh, Bomac gave him all of the contracts that Top Rank has with Crawford, the letter from the lawyer and so forth, all of these things that, you know, you normally have and you work things out. And
But isn't
uh,
there an NDA or on those?
no. This when you deal with somebody, you know, on a long-term basis, you don't ask for an NDA. But for them to do what they did just got me really absolutely crazy, and that's why I went off the way I did. But you know, Todd is working with them, and he'll smooth things over. But you know, I can't work with people like that.
Well, yeah, that's very unprofessional. I mean, just from a standpoint, you're not supposed to. That's why people put NDAs in place.
Well,
When
we don't. But again, if you're negotiating with the other side, you don't uh, uh, do that with documents that are only meant for the parties. You just don't do that.
right,
See, I have no confidence in dealing with them that they won't do it again. Now, Bomac said today, he came out, he didn't release it. It was our people that released it. Well, that makes no sense.
yeah, I couldn't see. I don't. It doesn't even make sense that that would happen. On
Yeah,
especially in any of many years, if I've known everybody that worked at Top Rank, that has never happened.
of course not. And
That has
these people
never
didn't even
happened.
talk to Coppinger. Coppinger got the information from them and their complaints, and but it is what it is. We got to go on from there. 2 more
Okay,
days of Thanksgiving, and we got to, be thankful for what we have.
exactly. And now, December 12th. Now is this going to be at Vegas at the MGM Grand between
Yeah,
Stevenson and Clary?
this will be the last event in the bubble.
Oh,
We've,
okay.
we've the commission has been great. Uh, we've the MGM has been great. Governor's been great. We've done about 35 events uh, since June in the bubble, and now we're taking off after December 12th, rest of the month, all of January, and then we'll come back in February with the light heavyweight fight with Joe Smith and Vlasic Light Heavyweight Championship, WBO, and then we'll do Burchelt and Valdez
Ooh,
in
that's going to
March.
be action packed.
But
Michelle.
those will be outside the bubble. Hopefully, we'll be able to get spots where we can get everybody tested. But the bubble is not sustainable anymore. It's great for us because each show was costing us, just for expenses connected with the bubble, almost $500,000.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
But
just.
but again, it was a godsend for us, and we're very grateful to everybody. But we found that it's time to move on, and we'll start moving on in February of next year, and hopefully by April, the vaccine will be distributed to many people, and we can go back to some degree of normalcy.
Yeah, well, thank you for keeping boxing around and finding ways to keep it going. You
Yeah,
know.
well, it wasn't easy, but
Yeah,
that's behind us.
yeah. But Clary, that's a dangerous fight for Stevenson. I mean, he got more knockouts than Stevenson got fights.
But you got to understand, Stevenson is the kind of kid that doesn't look for easy fights. He says he gets bored if the fights are easy, and he looks for challenges in every fight that he does. So I could have got away, maybe not maybe, definitely putting him in with a no hope, but he wouldn't go. He wouldn't go for that. Stevenson pushes me all the time to get him the toughest fight that I can get him.
Yeah, because I mean, Clary, he was the top prospect. He was 19-0, and he came out of the amateur program. I remember he fighting out of Rhode Island. He was really quick, a lot of moves, definitely aggressive
Oh,
with power.
he's a terrific fighter, a
Yeah.
hard-nosed guy, and again, it should be a very, very interesing fight.
Oh, it
And
is
of
because
course,
now that Stevenson has
again,
stepped up in
I'm
weight.
saying that, but I can't sell tickets to it. I can't, the problem.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But we've been delivering, really good fights to the fans for free on ESPN Plus, and we're going to continue to do that.
Now, I was thinking about the Manny Pacquiao fight that should have happened this year, but because of the situation you guys had to deal with, is that even possible to get done now in 2021 between him and Terrence? I see that still being a great mega fight to make. I,
We funny you asked. We were going to do that fight in Qatar, and we couldn't do it because of the coronavirus. And we have recently, recently as I think last week, been contacted again by the Qataris, who said that they hope that this thing is over and they would like to do that fight either before or after Ramadan.
Well, that's
Assuming
that's
which
great.
I believe the coronavirus will have been a thing of the past, or if not a thing of the past, I can see us doing that fight and making sure that everybody who goes to that fight in Qatar is vaccinated before they get on a plane, before they get there, and so I'm optimistic.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great because that's a mega fight that people
Yeah,
want to see because it could be a passing of the torch fight, or you never know. It could go either way. Manny is still tough. You just can't
yeah,
beat Manny Pacquiao. You're fighting a legend. And that
yeah.
legacy, he takes it very seriously. And
That's true. So we'll see where it goes, but I'm optimistic that it can happen.
And
And
then after that, if
no,
the Errol Spence fight seems to happen, like let's say he gets by Garcia, and if they can make that fight, or that
well,
fight shouldn't happen.
you have to understand this. The problem with making that fight now is that you have to have gate revenue,
Right.
and you have to have closed circuit revenue, and you can't get that until the pandemic is behind us. But you have to have that revenue to pay the fighters.
Exactly.
Now,
That's why it makes so much sense for Tyson Fury to fight AJ in England. That's going to be a mega fight. That's going to be the biggest fight on their
well,
land.
I'm not sure it'll be in England. It could very well be in what you call it,
Qatar?
in Qatar, not Qatar, in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Well,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know. I
If
mean,
they can get if they get the seedings and everything else, but if it happened in the UK, that would be massive. It would be the biggest
yeah,
fight in England's history.
yeah. Well, that's true. It's the biggest fight ever for the UK.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
Yeah, but
But
it's a lot of stuff coming
you
up, and it's
can't
all
count
top ranked right now.
business. You can't count your chickens because Joshua has this fight on December 12th with Pulev, and Pulev is not an easy guy to beat, and I don't know what Joshua has left. So we'll see.
Right. You never know. That's why we love the sports. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate the time as usual,
All right.
and we'll
Good talking.
reconvene.